recording number 2. All right, so here's a tip for when you're creating images. And let me share the screen so you can see an image. One of the nice things to do is if somebody's going to reshare this tip, wouldn't it be nice if they knew where it came from
Yes.
and what this is? So in really small letters, make the words just a little smaller, and then in even smaller letters, put your URL.
Okay.
And that's just Stephanie. Do you have stephaniebean.com? Yeah, you do. So then you can just do that. See how up here in she's got her logo. That it's a little small. Yeah, you could see it. And she's got her URL. That's really, really teeny tiny. But I would highly suggest that in these images you at least put a little URL. You can see on Instagram I do that a lot myself. I don't know if you're posting to Instagram, but here's Boss Mom did it. But on mine, you can see I always um, do that right there. I put a little heart in front of my URL.
Ah, okay.
Okay. And
Click on it though, right? It's just there like somebody can.
you can't click on it, no. But it's if somebody shares this, they know who posted this. And since yours are original quotes, even better.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
So
Makes sense.
yeah, so there's always putting a little what I call a watermark. It's a little faded back, like it's not as obvious,
Okay. Yeah.
but it's there should somebody want to know where this came from. If it gets reshared when somebody's looking at it, it's just kind of a little subliminal. This is where it came from, right? It's always there. You don't need the www. Just put the URL in there and it should be good to go. So that's one tip. And then if you want to do something a little fancier, like you see how I have a background of these clouds, I use a really simple tool. It's free. It's called canva.com. I don't know if that's what she's using, but she may fall in love with it because you could so easily make a social media post in 2 seconds. You just click on it. You can click a background that's free and put your quote here, quote here. You can change the font if that's too hard to read. Something that's easier to read. And it's not clicking in here for some reason. You can move that, click in there, and put your URL. Now that's a little far, so there's spacing here. We can space the letters way back down. We can make it smaller if we wanted to, and move it all the way down, right? And then you can do whatever you want there. You can change the background image too. If you click on it, you can upload your own background image of whatever you want. I'm just giving a couple of really quick things because there are just a couple of things that are really nice to do. Oh, here, put her off to the side. And if this is too, this is one thing that I learned that I wish I learned sooner, but if you use a shape
Mm-hmm.
and top of it, I know it's going to be like, oh, what is she doing? And then you can bring the letters in front. I'm just going to show you this real quick. Arrange it, bring it forward. Then you can bring the shading that I made it less transparent, right? And so it makes the words stand out more,
Got it.
right? And the image is still in the background. And if you want, you can change the color over here to blue, to orange, to whatever your color preference is. And, you know,
I can't see what you're clicking on the right because you're.
oh,
you're.
it's there's a let me show you. There is a something
Oh.
you can do to adjust it, but here it's this gradient thing,
Okay. Oh. Okay.
transparency, and then over here, if I want to go back to gray or purple, and make it darker,
I see.
and or if I click on plus, I can make that darker. So gray is nice because it's like black and white, right?
Yeah.
So it just takes it a little darker. And again, I moved the words um, forward, arrange forward,
Oh,
right?
thank you. Okay.
So that
Got it.
now the words are popping on top of
Right.
this muted out image. And so in case you're wondering, and sometimes I'll do it like this. I'll make this, I'll just put the quote in the gray.
Oh, I see. That's nice.
All right.
Yeah.
So there's different options for that, and I just wanted to show you Canva as a tool if you want to take your images to another style.
So cool. Thank you.
And I will stop that recording.